Hi, welcome to step 3 of how to teach your kids to read without stress or tears in 5 easy steps. Step 3 is another simple one. Learn more sounds. A through Z is a great start. And as we saw in step 2, there's a lot of words you can start reading once they learn those initial sounds. But there are 44 sounds in the English language, and there are 250 ways to spell them. You just showed them 26 of those ways. You have a lot more to go. Now, I'm not saying that at home it would be your responsibility to explicitly teach all 250 sounds, but there are a lot more that you can go over. I want you to think about this. Here's all 26 letters, right, in the alphabet. If your child is able to pick up these 26 letters in just a few weeks or even just a few months, then can't they just do 26 more in a few more weeks or months, and then 26 more, and then 26 more, and then 26 more? I have a reading membership where I have broken down all of the sounds that they need to know in really bite-sized weeks that tell you and show you everything that you need to do. And I've done it in kindergarten classrooms, first grade classrooms, and second grade classrooms. So all 3-letter words are not created equally, right? We have the word cat. If your child knows A through Z letters, at, perfect. Car. If your child only knows A through Z letters, k, a, r, cara. If your child only knows A through Z letters, boy will be b, a, y, baya. They're never going to figure it out if you do not teach them more sounds. So they need to know that AR says R, like in star. They need to know that OY says oi when it's together. They need to know that OR, in the word for, says or, like in corn. We have to teach them those sounds in order for them to be able to read even more. So many 3-letter words look so easy, and you find them in books, toy, cows, cars, going to the zoo, art. And you're like, why can't you read this? It's a short word. It's an easy word. A word's easiness is not determined by how long it is. It's do they know those letter sounds and how to read them. If they don't know it, we have to teach it. Once they know how to blend sounds together to make words because of everything you did in step 2, all of those sound activities that grow that part of the brain I was talking about, once they know how to do that, it is just a matter of what sound spellings do you know? Do you know TH? Do you know CH? Do you know all these sounds? I have some sounds reference sheets. You can find them on my website, readlikearockstarteaching.com, and just search sounds reference sheets that go over a lot of the letter combinations that they need to know, like TH, SH, R-controlled vowels. If you see that row there with the star, the tiger, the bird, the corn, and the curl, there's something called an R-controlled vowel, which means the vowel is being controlled by the letter R. You have to teach your kid that anytime you see the letter R after a vowel, it's going to change the sound. So A becomes R, like in star. E becomes like in tiger. I also becomes like in bird. A becomes or, like in corn. And becomes like in curl. I have people say, I don't hear the difference. There isn't one. They all make that sound. If you don't ever teach your kids this, then when they see the word star, they're going to say st-a-ra. But when you teach them and you help them practice recognizing when they see AR together to say R, then they can say st-r, star. So learning all of these sounds is just so important. And there's just so many combinations for them to learn. It's really, really important for them to practice. Like I said, I have a membership that takes kids through all of these sounds. It's easy for parents to use. If you look below this video, I have links to it there. It's also bit.ly/Phonics time if you want to check it out. So learning more sounds. I also created these flashcards that you see to help kids learn these sounds. And here's why I did it. I see so many packs of cards that are just A through Z, right? I even see a few that have maybe some consonant blends like ST and SP and things like that. But as far as the more advanced sounds that kids need to become really, really strong readers, I just wasn't seeing anywhere, so I decided to make them myself. And I've been using them with my son at home. These are available on my Shopify website, which is RLARS, read like a rockstar, .myshopify.com. I love to get a handy dandy pointer. I got the star pointer off of Amazon. I will spread the cards out and I will just say the sound. Find the ah, find the sw, find the st, find the oi, find the sh, all of that stuff to help my students and my kids at home remember what those letters look like and what sound they make together. There is a logical order for phonics. It's called a scope and sequence, okay? And I want you to think of it kind of like a roadmap. It's like a guide of where to go. Like you might be saying, okay, I taught them A through Z letters, but now what do I do next? Move on to short vowels. They need to understand that all words have a vowel sound in them, and teach them, here's what the short vowel sounds are. Even though they may have learned them when they learned A through Z, it's very important to take time ensuring that they can truly differentiate between all of the vowel sounds. Some of them sound really similar, like eh and I, the short E sound and the short I sound, are sounds that kids mix up a lot. So if you see your child when they're trying to spell or read, like when they see hen, they say hin, or when they see pin, they say pen, understand that that is really, really normal, and that's where you have to stop and you teach into it. Don't just tell them the word. That's when you stop and say, let's look at that middle sound. Because if you've been practicing your skills from step 2, you can get them to stop and isolate that sound. I heard you say in, but I see an E here. What sound does E make again? Eh. So that might be your reminder to go back and review just those few vowel sounds. You don't have to go over the whole alphabet. You can isolate the ones that are trickiest for them and just work on those sounds, okay? Then you go on to consonant blends. That is where you're going to have 2 consonants come together. Like, let me show you. Like S and C, those are 2 consonants. And you're going to teach them, don't just say sk, but blend them together and just quickly say sk. We want to start teaching them the shortcuts. When you see certain letters together, you can start putting them together. Digraphs are going to be your letters like CH, TH, WH, SH. It's, again, consonants that come together, but they don't look like how they sound at all. Silent E, teaching them that when there's an E at the end of the word, it's actually going to change the vowel from short to long. In my reading membership located at bit.ly/phonics time, I have weeks dedicated to teaching silent E and silent E resources as well. Then we're going to move on to vowel teams. What do you do when you see an OA, an EE, a UI, an OO? You're going to move on to R-controlled vowels, which I just talked about with like AR, ER, IR. Diphthongs, those are things like OY, OI, OW, and then jobs of Y, and there's so much more. All of that can be found in my membership as well, which is perfect for parents to join. I created these flashcards that go over the scope and sequence. They have vowels, consonant blends, the vowel teams, digraphs, diphthongs, soft C and G, which is just knowing that the letter C can say k, but it can also say s in some words. The letter G can say g, but it can also say j in some words. And these are the things that kids need to know. So whether it's a video, flashcards, or you just writing it down yourself, try to commit to teaching your child a few new sounds every week, and then give them material to apply it to. So teach them the skills, and then maybe write a sentence or write a story that has those phonics elements in it so they can practice reading with it. Spiral review. So you saw that scope and sequence. That's a lot for them to learn. There's a popular phrase that says, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. And it couldn't be any truer when it comes to phonics skills. You will be moving and trekking along, and then you go to a basic word like cat, and you realize they no longer remember that the T makes the T sound. It's because you haven't reviewed it since they learned it, and you moved on to bigger and better things, but you have to keep spiral reviewing. It's really, really important to continue to play the phonics games that you're going to create, flashcard games. Keep watching those old videos. Keep it fresh, keep it fun, keep it short, and make sure you are consistent. So that is all I have for step 3. Practice learning those new sounds. Whatever you did to get them to learn A through Z, apply the same tactics, but just do it with different sounds. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you for the video about step 4.